Hey there, Joy of the World friends and family. I'm Joy here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. And what energies are those? It is a new year checkup. Check up from the neck up, check up from the wreck up. Okay, so these last couple of years have been kind of wrecking or wreaking havoc on us. I have some encouragement cards that are coming out that want to discuss, and we may follow with a little bit of tarot. But this is just a peek into the year and the energies within us, the energies that we navigate before us and around us. Okay, I don't tell you what's going to happen in your life. I remind you who you are. Okay, that's what I want to do here to empower this channel. That's joy to the world. Whose joy? My joy, your joy, and our world's joy made full. So the first card that came in is I choose to rise above the hurtful things that can come my way, but it's also speaking that have come your way. Okay, it's like cleanup time. It's time to move on, because with it came, I overcome my fears by confronting them. So they're wanting us to face our fears, to change our direction, to move with the flow of energy that is coming on in here. Like maybe talking about the nodes, because the nodes are shifting over into Taurus and Scorpio. Taurus is the head, Scorpio is the tail. So releasing out hurtful words and other mindsets that have plagued us. Not just what other people have done to us, who we became, what we believe in response to those things, because being in response, that is secondary, and they're wanting to get us into more primary energy. Okay, I see secondary, the pink and the green. Yeah, they also want me to remind you that as we're moving into this new nodal shift, green, purple, and brown, any shades of them are I could say advantageous, but you're going to see them popping up. You might find a greater affinity for them, little splashes of it moving around, whether that's from makeup or pillows or a car you want to drive. Who knows? But this one came in this way, okay? It says, be the change you wish to see in the world. That's from Gandhi, okay? Through my contributions, I make positive changes to the world. And this contribution that they're wanting is for you to contribute to yourself, your freedom, your liberty, your liberation from having to sit there attached to the shore babysitting those old ideas and those old ideals. That it's not that there's anything wrong with them, but there's new stuff coming. Like if it were fruit and it's years old, all you have left are the seeds. They're bringing in that new season of the wet, juicy life, the delicious life, some hummingbird flair as well, which means they want me to get into the cards. They also want you to know energy flows where my intention or also attention goes. That is, it's got a double energy going on here. Is don't pay attention to things that you have no interest in, like bad behavior and things like that. Entertainment is the same as agreement. It's kind of like when people get in trouble by association with somebody. So that's what they're wanting to talk about there. But also when it's not just confronting your fears, it's facing them, processing the information as each experience comes, whether that's through memory or whether that's through a new situation, and seeing who you are in it right now, taking it where it's at and not tabling those things for later. It's like saving food for later. It spoils. That's when our feelings become emotions. Emotions have been removed from their natural space and time, so they can be taken out of context, maybe not remembered clearly, plus just a simple fact like a rubber band. They're pulled and altered and changed, and it could snap back and get you. So I want you to take the time to address things as they arrive. And what is arriving here? We have, okay, she is our volunteer, the 8 of Wands. Basically, she's saying, well, she's saying you're going about this all wrong. Okay. Okay. Liberating yourself from the babysitting, from the attachment, from staying near to those thoughts and feelings and ideas. They're asking you to turn around and to move forward. Turn around and move forward and trust that spirit, the investment, the reward, all those things are going to catch up with you. they're asking you to operate in a state of trust in regards to these things. So kind of facing your fears and all that is really not turning around and addressing the fears. It's just moving forward in whatever it was that you thought was hindering you. Maybe questions, shadows of doubt, and they're like, we'll work it out along the way. You don't have to overthink it or try and figure out how to solve it. It's going to be very natural. It's going to show up. But taking these steps to address the focus of your mind, the directionality of your mind will get you flowing in the right direction, and they'll take care of everything else. Life will move forward. But that one thing was kind of like, if you've ever seen, who this is, if you've ever watched Lucy and Ethel when they're in the candy factory and they're flying on out and it's faster than they can handle, they're talking about just keep looking ahead. It's going to catch up with you. All right. 3 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. Some of this is getting to move on with your money, get to move on with your beauty, get to move on with being intentional about how and what you spend. That's not just money, that's time, that's energy. They're wanting some self-investment, okay? Aries is far enough into, Chiron is far enough into Aries now that we should really be getting traction, taking root, and it's in the house of self. So not just self-development, it's really more about self-discovery on the journey of self-discovery. On the journey of self-discovery, discovering your heart and the heart rays and how it impacts the world, and it paves the way before you. That's how you confront your fears, is you're stepping forward into that energy. I don't know if you've ever seen people in those, they're often at kids' fairs or whatever, these big plastic bubble dome type things, and you climb inside, and the way you propel it is to keep moving forward, and wherever you look, wherever the head goes, the body will follow. That's what they're talking about. So just focus on your directionality. Set the intention for your day. Thank you very much. Let's get a color card for that intention, and then we're going to get a antique anatomy tarot. Moth. Okay, again, remember purple. And they're saying in lots of it, lots of clarity. That's coming in with the 8 of Pentacles. Lots of clarity, but it could also be lots of confusion, you would think, because you're going to find what you're looking for. So if you're allowing that fear and the negativity or whatever to come and keep clouding your heart space, your creative space, see her wings out in the front? That is the pink ray. There is a pink ray and a green ray to the heart. Interesting that they have me wearing green today. But guarding that space, trusting yourself, knowing yourself, staying in that energy of intention, because that's the perfection. Life has instituted grace. That's so much of what the purple is about here, is that grace is the ability to have the learning curve. Life isn't here waiting to chop this off or do this or that or whatever. It's wanting to flow with you and create this melding and this merging. And they said from the reading the other day, remember, Joy, it's not with, that with is through. They're wanting to flow through you. The intention, setting the intention, remembering who you are and where you came from. Okay, you didn't come from your parents, you came through them. So they're wanting you to be able to oh wow, Foxglove Digitalis. Okay, so we have the 9 of Elixirs. I'm not sure you know the power of your influence, energetically, spiritually, being in tune with yourself. We could say manifesting, but it's beyond that. It's in the creating of the world, because you are part of that decision. What do you desire? What is it you desire? Not what do you think you want. Okay, that's like hunger. It's going to attune to whatever we think is right around us. Okay, the desire is from deep within. The thing that you dream of at night, that you wake intentionalizing, that type of thing. That's what they're wanting to get you in the focus of with this purple. I don't know if you'll see it through the camera, but that is purple. That is Foxglove there. All right, and again, it's the many, and it's the many, the many and the many. Power's in your hand. Do we want to get any other cards on this? Power's in the hand for what? Power's in the hand for what? I mean, it says wish here, bliss, love, joy. Higher love. Fastest on many levels. 4 of Swords. Okay. So there's a bit of holding yourself back. Some reticence, some waiting. It looks calm, cool, and casual, but not by the look on your face. Okay, there's a bit of disturbance inside. That's why it is the Four of Swords. There's pining, there's longing. So there's a little bit of shadow of doubt going on. So let's get some color for the shadow of doubt, please. Sticky. Sticky, sticky, and thank goodness. Okay. Look at that. Lamb flowing with milk and honey. The brightness, the cheerfulness of the lemon, that thing going on, it awakens, it innovates, it very alerting, but not like woo 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 danger, but more like, oh, did you see that? Oh, look over there. Inspiration, but following your own path, your own presence, that journey of self-discovery. So clearing the mind out of all the reason they're saying negative means subtraction. So doubts are subtracting your bank account. They're charging you minute by minute, just like being in a taxi cab. And they're saying it takes effort to live, intentionality, and to get in harmony with your aminus. So trust yourself. Follow it. It comes right to you. Remember how over here, she's talking about turn around and it'll come to you. You don't have to be in charge of this. You can let go of that part of the process, okay? And the thing is she's still holding on. We were talking the other day about the nodes in the moon and all the swing and change that's about to occur because it's been in its last position for 18 months, okay? That's a long time. That's where we adapt and adjust more than we know, and it can get into the subliminal, into the subconscious. Three of Pentacles. And in there, and they're wanting us to turn around and allow it to catch up with us. And what is that? The amber. Awakening the creativity. This is your honey pot. It's letting all the vibrations of that energy of life flowing through you to guide you. Begin to trust the force of life inside. That's the Three of Pentacles. This coming together of this energy, this harnessing of this energy, kind of like the harnessing of the wind. You ever seen a sailboat? They're made to go together. So when things begin to slow down and ease down, that's life's little nod to you of, hey, it's time to relax. It's time to take it easy. They're saying, watch the seasons. Watch the seasons and let that be your reason. That we don't need to hang our hat on any particular identity, aka reason, or else we'll begin to try and predict the future and it'll become rote and it will become a rut and it will become boring and you will get stuck. Because that we're moving, the head of the node is moving into Taurus, remember? And Taurus is being freed of that sticky energy, of that heavy energy, of that being stuck in the mud type. And it's going to begin to frolic like a calf. It's a new birth. It is like a resurrection of the soul, of the spirit. Tell us about Taurus's spirit resurrection. All right, yeah, okay, so they want to go here to the color first. Tell us about the energy flowing in regards to that. I see what you're saying. So we're awakening the spiral. That's Chiron energy. Chiron moving from the wound, you might have heard that, into the key, into our energy, merging with us. Not that we have to do this and have to do that and that sort of energy. Uranus has been flexing lately, and so it's moving us into that trusting of our, well, of our gut, of our presence, of that power. Be the change you wish to see in the world. So it's starting in the yellow chakra because that's very much about our will, about our Mars, about our Martian energy. People might be talking about Martians, aliens, that type of stuff, but it's really that Mars energy coming on in and setting that intentionality and following through with it. And as we do that, we begin to walk in integrity, and integrity is our new identity. And not that we had integrity before, but now this new wave, this plasma, this new life energy that has come on in, there's a transition that we make. It's like, if you don't need your bag, why are you going to carry it? Getting to the essentials, getting into the essence. So they're wanting to talk about this essence of apricot, rejoice and laugh, which the clouds have been apricot lately. That is number 20, turquoise, awaken your empathy for what? For yourself. These are coming in as a team. Okay, just like our blood. It's red when it has oxygen, and it's, well, bluish when it's deoxygenated, but we'll just use the traditional diagrams that we have in school. The cycles of refreshment of the day and night of the nodes, allowing it to fully and freely move, to be freeable like the clock in the other readings has been talking about. Attached, connected, like she's connected here, but turning it around and going with the flow, going in the flow of the directionality, and allowing the rhythms of your day to begin to merge with you, to work with you, to flow with you, instead of trying to chop them up and fight them. Just like a lot of us thought we were a particular sign of the zodiac. We're the whole zodiac, okay? And we've been chopping these things up and relegating ourselves to so little instead of realizing plenty. It's all ours. Your whole chart is yours. We all have Jupiter. We all have the moon, and it's up to you what you do with that. So that's what the apricot is asking you to do, is to rejoice and laugh, to reinstitute this youthful playfulness instead of this fear, okay? Because fear involves punishment. And that's where some of the hiding comes from. And the cloaking and the covering of yourself. Many chameleons are going to be coming out of that energy, because chameleon energy has been adapting to whatever environment for survivorship. They're wanting you to get into your natural and into your authenticity, so that you're not having to read the large energy in a room and keep your energy field so large, because that's taxing to your soul. Talk to us about that taxing of the soul here. Let's actually, the refreshment, the releasing of the taxation, okay? The liberation from that here. I think you're one to talk to. The Hermit. Okay, so there has been a lot of Hermit energy, Hangman energy, the Wheel, Seven of Swords. Who else has been coming up? The Moon, oh, like crazy. And then the Sun preceding it. But the Hermit is coming in here that it is time to focus on you, on the self. Not that the others won't come, but I had lived my life by the golden rule: treat others the way you want to be treated. And going through this cancer that I went through, if you see the earlier videos, you'll just notice I looked one way and then now I look another. But it was a message to me to focus on the side of integrity that is joy. The way you treat yourself is the way others will treat you. And it's not that I was just all wrong and rude to myself, but I kept putting this beauty that should go before me, the creation, the life, the juice, the flow, I was putting it behind me. I was putting it behind me towards the end of my day, making it wait, instead of starting with the life and the life force kicking on and activating it. That's like pushing your car versus cranking it and driving it. That's the simplicity that they're talking about with this Hermit here. So going into that, and so never complain, never explain. And that'll sound odd, because the moment you do, you're kind of giving away your keys, your reasons, okay? And you're exposing and foiling your own plan. It's showing the crack in your confidence. And they're wanting you to begin to get into your original self, your natural self. That's why this candle, not lonely, look how bright that thing is. It's glowing from the fontanelle, crown chakra. So we have the Eight of Rods coming on in, coming and going, getting in a healthy relationship with yourself, getting in that balance, something that's very natural. I love that all these are kind of, they're partnering up here to reinforce, should we say, what was coming in with the ruby and the turquoise. You might want to go back through our playlist. I believe it was November 2020. There were a series of messages coming in from Archangel Michael about massaging the ruby. I know it sounds crazy, y'all. I just say what they say. But it's talking about awakening your personal power and finding pleasure in it. Not just purpose, but getting into the moment, not defining it or deciding it, but just enjoying that moment and allowing it to be organically what it is. Interacting with it, right? Because this is life's force flowing through you. So you're going to be able to see life through seeing yourself. I love that for you. Well, I think we're going to leave it right there. I hope this is inspirational for your new year, for your 2022, or whatever year you're showing up here. Bless you. I love you. I'm glad you're still here. You know, if you are, click that subscribe button. It's free as always. And hammer that like. It gets YouTube all excited, and they will fire this video around the world to so many people who could benefit from hearing this bit of encouragement. Just know I love you. We'll talk soon. Bye.